It's time now for our big board, and we're breaking down more of this morning's top stories. Stephen A. Smith is here at the table, as my grandma would say.
I feel the same way. I feel the same way.
We can't wait to get to your story in just a moment, Stephen A. But first, could Sarah Palin be heading to Washington? The former vice presidential nominee and Trump loyalist is reportedly being considered for Secretary of Veterans Affairs. ABC Cokie Roberts joins us now to weigh in on this. So what are you hearing about this, Cokie?
Well, what we're hearing is what ABC News has been reporting, and Sarah Palin has been then taking our story and posting it on social media saying Veterans Affairs. I have to say, Robin, that fair or not, she has become basically a laughingstock. And Donald Trump was so adamant throughout the campaign about the great care that he was going to show to veterans that putting her in that position could be a problem for him.
Well, Cokie, also, if he does appoint her, do you think she's going to have trouble with Congress? That's
sure
a big issue.
She is. I mean, absolutely. She's a very controversial figure. Now, she was for Trump very early in the campaign, so he probably does feel he owes her something. But this is more than he probably wants to take on. And think of poor John McCain, someone who cares desperately about veterans, who picked Sarah Palin as his running mate and has been very careful not to criticize her. But then he'd have to vote on her? That's a tough one.
That would be a tough situation. So that's a controversy. And we got another one, too.
Yeah, we have another controversy. This involves a new TV show, HBO's new show, The Young Pope. It premieres next month, but it's already sparking outrage over Jude Law's portrayal of a not-so-conventional Vatican leader. Take a look.
Your Holiness, your sins.
I don't have any sins to confess. I'm a contradiction. Like God.
Woo! I think I can see why a lot of people. Yeah. Larry Hackett joining us right now. Larry, this Pope is portrayed as a borderline anti-Christ personality, but he also compares himself to God. So what has been a reaction to this show? I think I already have an idea about what you're going to say.
Not only that, he smokes and he drinks cherry Coke, so you can imagine, the wrath is going to fall upon him. The show's already debuted in Italy to critical raves and to very good viewership. Look, as a former altar boy and choir boy, I can assure you that, as surely as the Eucharist follows the homily, there's going to be people who find this completely offensive and one more attack on the Catholic Church. As you saw in that clip, the Catholic Church has three things that make it a fantastic vehicle for drama. It has power, it has mystery, and it has unbelievable pageantry and outfits. This lends itself to people recreating and thinking preposterous things about it. We checked with the Pope. The Pope's office has said he doesn't even watch television, so they're not losing a lot of sleep about this. But it's driving the controversy that people are going to want to see it.
Yeah, well, we're talking about it.
Absolutely.
And we have to, again, say this is not based on any particular Pope, obviously.
No, he's an American Pope in this. That's right.
Yeah, all right. And Cokie, you've covered many popes, and of course your great mother, the U.S. ambassador.
Right.
So I saw you watching the clip as Larry was talking. What do you think?
Actually, I was thinking as he was talking, that Pope Benedict drank orangeade, so it's not that crazy. Look, we watched this just now in the makeup room, lots of clips of it, and what I've got to say is it's awful. It is really just tedious and boring, and all of that mystery and stuff, it gets lost in these long speeches, and really it's not worth getting exercised over because it's just so bad.
Oh wow!
I think it's going to be the Game of Throne of St. Peter when it comes out finally.
Couldn't resist that one.
Okay.
I could not.
Stephen, would you watch it?
Well, I'm going to at least watch it once. First of all, Jude Law is a great actor. There's no question about that. And secondly, controversy sells. I'm going to see what everybody's in an uproar about before I decide whether or not I'm going to watch it.
Leave it to Stephen A. Love that. Now, what could be the comeback for Tiger Woods? That's what you're here to talk to us about, Stephen A. Smith. Okay, he's making his comeback. He hasn't played professionally in 15 months. Right. He is back now. A lot of people are talking about it. He looks good.
Well, he always looks good in recent years until he has to swing that golf club, and then obviously he didn't look so good. When you're ranked 257th in the world at the time, I mean, it's been a bad time. He hasn't won a major since 2008, and when you think about Tiger Woods, it's all about the majors. He's won since then, but just hasn't a major. It's all about whether or not he's going to catch Jack Nicklaus 18 majors. That's it. That's all anybody cares about with Tiger.
He's got 14. Yeah, 4 away. You don't think he doesn't get to 4?
I don't think so. I think that because of everything everything that he endured, psychologically, he was warped. When you come across as if you have been living a lie and you get exposed for that, it's a lot to overcome. I think physically, and I think in terms of his skill set, he can compete with anybody in the world when he's at the top of his game. But his edge was also psychological. He intimidated opponents.
Yeah.
He intimidates nobody now. You got guys on the golf course feeling sorry for him and hoping that he resurrects himself so they could all get paid, because when Tiger's successful, you get paid.
I was intimidated watching him at home on TV.
That's right.
I felt bad for the guys he was going against, but I didn't realize it was 2008. It's been that long. But we've seen great comebacks.
Yep.
All of us have seen great comebacks.
I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful.
So what do I want everybody to answer this question. It's a question for everybody. Do you think Tiger Woods can be successful in his comeback bid? Maybe not this week, but at some point in his comeback.
No, I don't see it. I really I've seen nothing in his game that tells me he can come back to the level that we were accustomed to seeing him at.
And if I could follow up on Steve's psychological point, I think when you have athletes who are shooting for something like what he's shooting for with Nicklaus's trophy, you need the crowd and you need the audience behind you. I don't think there's a reservoir of goodwill for Tiger. He's going to be doing this alone. I don't think the public really cares about it, and that's going to have a factor in how he performs.
Come on, Kobe.
I don't know whether he can come back or not, but I'm thrilled to have him back because he's so cute. And and it's really fun to look at him.
Well, I'm
going to say this.
We're all rooting for him.
I'm rooting for him.
Yes.
I think I always hold out hope that when people say you can't do something, that he will prove them wrong. And to Larry's point, you need the fans behind you. But I'll tell you, Larry, I never loved perform. I love performing in front of booze too.
Did you really?
Yeah,
well, that's
motivating.
true.
But remember,
That's
you
true.
never disappeared for years. And
Right.
that's the key here. You didn't disappear and then try to come back. You didn't fall off a cliff and then try to come back.
Well, some of the games I played, fans of the team thought.
Well, they thought you
the
did.
cliff,
I
but-
never saw it that.
14 major victories, 79 overall.
Amazing.
Come on. The guy,
He's the greatest ever. But
And that's
we're
what he'll be
talking
remembered
about
for no matter
now.
what.
yeah.
He'll be remembered for that, like you said, Larry, no
Eventually.
matter what.
Eventually.
And the fact that he's cute, that's what Koki said.
He's
so,
cute.
yeah.
There you go. Everybody has their point of view. We love it.